I started that one.
It really did.
I don't know why that happened. I had a little twang. Anyway, welcome to another episode of The Weekly Show. Episode 25. Which
We're a quarter.
I was about to try and come up with something to do with 25, and I completely went blank.
25 cents. We're a quarter.
Oh, a quarter. Okay, I'll take it. That's fine. Whatever. That
We're
works.
a little silver penny.
Okay. Well,
Quarter,
anyway, I am one of
Quarter.
your hosts, Bailey, along with Omar, Matt, and Tyler.
Heyo.
Yeah,
Hello.
let's say. Somebody say hi.
Hey, guys.
Okay,
Heyo.
thanks. And
Heyo.
Happy to be here today.
Wow.
bring it back,
All
because
right.
it's been
Tyler
so long.
should bring it back. That's his fucking intro.
He goes, today.
You know what's funny? It's been so long at this point that I barely even remember doing that. Y'all are the only ones that remind
It's
me
just
of
because
it.
it's funny to
you
make
did
fun
it,
of.
and then after we were
No,
like,
I believe
hey, why'd
you.
you do that? And you're like, that's going to be what I do every day. Every time, every show, every episode.
I don't want to be predictable.
Anyway,
Sorry you've let us
okay.
down, man.
Let me get this out the way real quick so y'all can go ahead and subscribe to us on everything and anything you can rate us on. Do that too.
Everything.
But you can subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, not Spotify. And I'm not going to linger on that one because y'all know how we feel.
I'm sick of giving him the time of day, honestly.
And you can find us on Twitter at Miss the Bus Pod and Facebook Miss the Bus and Instagram Miss the Bus. Okay. Whew.
You okay there?
It's after
Calm down,
work
calm down.
and I
You're falling
need
apart.
to
You're
breathe
crumbling.
for a second. But Miss the Bus Pod, Instagram and Twitter. Please go follow us. Because I say funny things. I'm kidding. I don't say anything. But
kinda funny.
I'm a little funny. But anyway. So this is the weekly show where I'm looking for the thing because I wasn't sure if it changed. Anyway, this is the weekly show on Miss the Bus. We are not your premium source.
Professionalism.
You're doing a great job.
I'm trying to get through this. I swear.
You're going. You're doing
Anyway,
great.
we are not your premium source of video game, television, or movie news, but gosh dang it, we're going to try.
We're going to try. We're going to
Wait, what?
succeed.
Oh,
There you
well,
go.
yeah, I feel like we kind of succeed anyway. But yeah, so I guess we should kind of just go into, we don't call it big meat anymore, which
Do you want to?
honestly, I miss saying big meat.
I think we turned some people off by...
Okay,
we probably
well,
confused some people.
it can just be-
What kind of podcast is this? Is probably what they thought in their
They're
head.
coming for like a thing of salami. I don't know.
the small meat.
Could call it small meat.
But these are the big.
Won't really
small
make much
foot.
sense. Dude,
Oh, hey, LeBron.
hyped about that. Can we just do a whole podcast episode about that?
Getting good reviews.
Really?
How's
Swear to
LeBron
God.
doing? That's what I want to know.
What's good reviews
Got like a
for
70-something on Rotten
Littlefoot?
Tomatoes.
Okay.
I didn't even know it was out.
But the reviews are young though.
Do you think there'll be a Littlefoot reference?
No.
Oh, well, missed opportunity.
Well, yeah, that's like. Anyway, so yeah, it's not the big meat, it's the lead stories, which sounds way more profesh. So, I mean, it makes sense.
We're professional people.
So yeah, these are the biggest things that's happened in the week with video games, movies, TV, and then like something stupid, just because. God almighty, so many stupid things happen. So, speaking of, Omar, if you want to take the lead
just
on that.
real quick, I wanted to say 25 episodes. Holy shit, that's crazy, man.
I know.
I know,
Wow.
it's the,
We
started as
it's
a
the same
small
age as
little thing.
us.
It's a whole 25
And
episodes.
now we're still that same
It's
small
like a
little
season
thing.
of television, you know?
Seriously, that's crazy,
Dang.
dude. A quarter of the way.
Oh
you
shit,
know?
it's like an episode, it's a
That'd be
season
like-
of Friends or something.
Well, I was gonna
too.
say that'd be like a long
Fuck.
one of like those bad shows that have like 30 or 25 episode seasons.
Yeah.
Small blood. Anyways.
Anyway.
No, seriously, thank you guys, though, for everyone that's, kept up with us for the past 25 episodes or the past 3 or 5. Or
And
whatever.
yeah, for those of you that started off strong and fell off the wagon, fuck
Come
you. We
the
don't
fuck
need
back.
you anyway.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't know where we were going with
Yeah.
this. Never mind.
Just kidding.
And Nick, thanks, man. I mean, seriously, thank you
Shout out
for
to
everything
Nick.
you've done. Number one fan.
I imagine Nick listening right now and he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, fuck yeah. Dude, he's such a cool guy, man. So shout out to Nick. But yeah, something stupid.
Yeah,
Lil
go into that
Xan.
story. Oh, shit,
So
yeah.
I just read the article for the first time. And it's so fucking funny, dude. Okay, so I quote, Wait, what did he say?
I quote.
And I quote Lil Xan.
I ate too many hot Cheetos and it ripped something in my stomach open, so I puked a little blood.
Oh,
Damn, I didn't even know he's.
I heard that can
That's-
happen, though. It's like it eats away at your stomach
That's what I was
lining.
gonna say. Big story here. Should we stop eating a lot of flaming hot Cheetos?
Well, that's the thing.
It just seems like he overdosed on hot Cheetos.
But I feel like you've got to eat so much.
Yeah,
like he's
seriously.
waking up at like 8 a.m. and then doesn't stop eating them until 8 p.m.
That's what I was gonna say, because I've sat in there, watched a movie before, eaten
Right.
like
Eat just
at
a
least a
bag.
whole one of those big bags. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I've sat there and just like finished one of those off
Tore 'em
myself,
up.
and I like after that I feel pretty bad. I'm just like I ate too much junk food.
It seems like it was like the only thing he was eating, honestly.
I was gonna
like,
say
throughout the whole day.
Yeah, because if I felt just kind of like that from eating a bag, but it was still just like how much do you have to eat to have
If it
your
made you
to
fucking
tear something
bleed,
in your
yeah,
stomach?
seriously.
But I feel like this still is a warning sign that everyone needs to
think?
chill out on the flaming hot anything.
But do we?
'Cause
Because it's so good.
I
You can make
agree.
anything. I want to try the flaming hot Lay's chips so bad.
Oh, they have. Oh, they do
but
have that. They sell that at Target.
They only sell them in like the giant bags of like the what do you call it when it comes with like a bunch of different flavors?
Family size.
Yeah,
No.
variety, like the variety pack.
I don't want to be presumptuous here, but with a name like Lil Xan, is it quite possible that there was other things in his system?
And that's what a lot of people thought.
You know?
When as soon as they heard he was in the hospital, or whatever, everybody just assumed it was like an overdose, drugs of some sort. And then he, I think he tweeted or he posted on Instagram, I want to say, that he was fine. It was just hot Cheetos and like
I don't know.
what the
And
fuck?
then like
It
the
says
sources
here-
confirmed.
Something's not right here, and I don't
He
buy
said,
it.
yeah, he's quoted as saying I was in the hospital not due to any drugs, but I guess I ate too many hot Cheetos and it ripped something in my stomach.
like what the fuck, man?
Honestly, I believe it, but I also say we maybe should just get a bunch of different flaming hot things and then
just try 'em and
test
see if
it
we
out
replicate it?
and see what happens. Like who goes first, kind
Oh,
of thing.
Dude,
God.
I'm so but well.
Just like line it up on the table and then continuously eat.
I was gonna. No, is this bad that this story is not serving as a warning sign at all and just making me really want hot Cheetos? Didn't we
No.
used to have hot Cheetos here?
Yeah, we did. I think you ate them eventually.
They were kind of stale.
Oh, what happened was Angelo poured them all into a giant
in a
bowl right
bowl.
underneath the fucking fan, and
Yeah,
then
and left them open. Like
that
a
if you
freaking
want
idiot.
stuff to go stale as fast as it possibly can, just take a fresh bag of Cheetos, pour it into a bowl, put it directly under a fan, and then just try to eat them like 30 minutes later.
I like the jalapeno ones more.
They're good,
Dang,
dude. I'm
I
on the
love the
fence.
jalapeno
I
ones.
gotta say, this isn't the first time we've spent
No.
10 minutes talking about Cheetos.
Nope.
on
Actually,
this
it's
show.
really not.
I'm torn. It's so hard for me because sometimes I go back and forth. But I think I like the hot ones better.
The jalapeno, the whole aesthetic, and like the way the bag looks. it
Okay,
does.
I'll tell
I like
you
the
though,
green.
You
The
know?
green- I do
Not-
like the green, but you can get the hot Cheetos that have the hint of lime. Then you get the green and the fire.
Anything,
shit.
anything in lime is good.
But also, if we're,
imagine the fire.
if we're talking about flaming hot, we're not just talking about Cheeto brand. We're talking about the other brands too.
Because it's become its own thing now, right?
Well,
I mean, you can
they
just
have
get anything.
flaming hot fries.
They do.
and-
they
do.
ripped off of hot fries.
Oh,
hot fries are good.
Those
hot
are
fries
good,
are good,
though.
but I think the flaming hot Cheeto fries might be better.
I think those are. I think those are my
Because
favorite.
when I was a kid, loved hot fries. If you eat them now, they taste a little bit like grainy. You know,
I love it.
A little
I lo-
sandy.
It's just a different. I don't
Even
know.
the
It's a different
flaming
feel.
hot
it is a
Man.
different feel.
And it's got that.
Wait, a different feel? Are you comparing it to the flaming hot fries?
No.
Okay, that's what you need to try. Is what I'm saying. Because I get those days when you're just like, I don't want the whole Cheeto. I want just a fry.
Yeah.
But I think the Cheeto version of the fry is still superior to the
Is the
original.
the man on the hot fry bag? Is he like a conductor? What is he?
Oh, I was like, that is Chester
chef?
Cheeto.
Yeah, I was like that. I was about to say that is a fucking Cheeto, man.
no, not Chester.
I think he's some kind of
A chef, right?
conductor.
It should be Lil Xan at this point.
oh god.
Maybe he is a
With
chef.
blood just.
It shows Lil Xan like with his stomach cut open on the bag.
Imagine
Oh,
how much
God.
that hurts, though. dude.
What a
He becomes the spokesperson. The
Imagine like,
spokesmodel.
how much that
I
hurts.
don't know. He's like a sketchy man.
He's got a big nose.
Looks like fucking Mario.
Oh, he looks like
He does,
a
yeah.
he's wearing
newsie.
he's wearing a
To me,
fucking
I'm not-
flannel hat.
He could
Is
be
it?
he could be a burglar.
I don't think
Could
he's
be.
Stealing
You
hot
think he
fries.
stole the
who
fries?
robs something in a plaid hat.
No, it's a late night snack when he's on the job.
Oh.
Oh, do
people.
conductors wear flannel hats?
Not necessarily.
Also, it's covering his eyes. He's not gonna be able to
He looks like a thief, honestly.
say fly the train.
looks like a
How?
thief.
How does he look like a thief? That
Just
doesn't
look
make any
at him.
sense.
yeah, I mean he's wearing black. It's like a black trench coat.
There you go.
I feel like he's supposed to be a reporter.
I just love the aesthetic of hot fries.
They are cool.
This is a cool bag.
Andy-
Yeah, the Chester's hot fries, Cheetos, flaming hot things don't look as cool.
Chester
They-
kind of
they
looks like
don't.
a thief too, honestly.
Looks like something you'd get at just like a. I mean, you get both of them at a gas station, but
Chester
like
looks like he
these-
sells drugs.
Yeah,
He does.
with those fucking glasses.
Tell you what, have you tried the ranch flaming hot Cheetos?
Yeah,
Oh,
didn't we
did
get
not know
those
that
one
was a thing.
time?
Yeah, I only found them once. They were pretty good. A little bit of a weird aftertaste, but
Yeah.
you get used to it, and then you're like, oh man, these are really good. There's also the extra hot, where that bag looks fucking awesome because it's got a little bit of black in it. It's like a black and orange thing. We got totally sidetracked from
Oh, yeah,
the
big time.
poor man who ripped open his stomach.
Yeah, we hope you're doing well, Little Xan. But
Little Xan.
Little Xan.
Little Xan.
do you
But dude, no, seriously, imagine how much that fucking hurts. Eating so many chips to
Yeah.
the point where it fucking rips something in your stomach.
So, moral of the story would be what?
We're
Would
gonna
be-
go buy some Cheetos after this.
We will, but we'll be respectable.
Sure.
Responsible.
We'll be responsible.
Again, I think it takes a shit ton of Flamin' Hot Cheetos So like it's got to be like a gallon.
He's probably like
Yeah,
something
Lil Xan,
alone,
we
too.
hope you're okay. And as soon as you're like well enough to come and say something, make like a statement besides the statement you already made. So I guess you already are well enough. As soon as you can just let us know, how many Cheetos did you eat? I think that's what's on everybody's mind, right? We just want to
Yeah.
know, like, okay, what's an acceptable level? Am I eating too
Like, if
many?
you weighed-
could this be me?
If you weighed the amount you ate, how much would that weigh?
That's a good question.
I
That's
normally
a good
don't
question.
measure things that way.
I don't
I'd
either,
rather just say
but
like,
I'm-
hey, dude, 3 bags.
I feel like if I just pound wise, if he was like, yeah, I ate like 15
God.
pounds of Flamin' Not Cheetos.
I guess that makes a
shit.
better story, right?
But yeah, so all right. Well, Lil Xan, R.I.P. But you're not
Whoa,
dead, so never
damn.
mind.
I think you live.
All right.
But moving on to the next lead story, we're working with video games.
Oh man. Okay, so it was a very interesting week for video games. We're gonna start off with I guess a kind of more sad, out of nowhere story. Both of these stories are out of nowhere. One of them's been a long time coming. One of them is just kind of took us all by surprise. This comes from IGN. This broke last week on I think Friday or Saturday. That Telltale is closing down, completely closing down. I think. Some people kind of knew the studio was struggling the last year at least. I don't think anybody expected this just all at once to happen. I'm going to read a little bit from IGN. The company was working diligently to close a round of financing. Telltale co-founder Dan Connors told Variety, unfortunately, when the last potential financial backer abruptly pulled out, we were left in a position where we had no choice but to stop production. Sadly, everyone was so focused on what was required to keep the company going that when the last potential partner backed out, there were no other options. And this is a little bit of an update to the story that had come out last week because people were kind of wondering, okay, so why did they close? And this is their kind of response: is they were trying to secure financing, and I guess when the last kind of option broke, there was nothing they could do. This story was definitely very interesting, I think, though, when it was breaking. Because, and this was even as it was coming out on Friday, but even like Saturday night, it was still like what's really going on here? Like,
yeah, they were still updating stuff too.
Yeah, because at first it was like they're closing, but there's gonna be a skeleton crew or whatever, and they're gonna finish their. I think they worded it as their prior obligations,
Yeah.
right? Which people believe to. I think the first thing that came on everybody's mind was the final season of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Because that just strikes you as like, okay, well that's what they're working on, that's what they're midst of. Turns out, as far as what I've been able to gather from this, that wasn't the case. That The Walking Dead's final or episode 2 of that final season came out, I think today or yesterday,
Oh, wow.
and that is gonna be the last episode.
Oh, wow.
Even though it was only the second episode of the season, which they normally go for 5 Telltale games. I think Telltale they normally. I think the seasons normally have 4 or 5.
Do you know if they were working on something else though? Because I feel like
They were. They were working on
they
a few.
were.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna get into
Okay.
too. So like basically, this ends up being this is it, and I have to imagine they didn't change the ending of the second episode to accommodate for the fact that there's not going to be the
final,
last
yeah,
ones,
yeah.
right? It was just like this is going to be which just sucks, right? I mean that.
I mean, it sucks to people that are like diehard fans.
Right.
Of these games.
Yeah, like to that
Which
waited
there are a
this
lot of
long,
people that like them.
and for it to just be kind of over like that really does suck. But that's what it looks like, is that the season's not going to be finished; it's just kind of done. We find out the prior engagement that they were talking about was actually the Minecraft Netflix
Oh, wow.
game,
We don't need
which I
that.
don't know how many
Yeah.
people actually did care about.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, they're designing. It's going to be on Netflix, but you're going to be able to just play it with a remote, I guess.
So is Netflix now taking charge?
Well, Netflix, I guess they already had a deal with Netflix, and that strikes as their prior engagement in the sense that if they had some kind of contract or deal that they had to finish it. That Netflix
Right.
was like, okay, you're closing, but you do need to finish this. So that's still going to come out. I imagine that's going to be Telltale's kind of final bow, which
What a
from a
bow.
legacy standpoint really sucks when
Yeah,
it's that
absolutely.
instead of your kind of flagship ending that was already planned. I really just can't believe it. Like, I
Right.
can't believe there wasn't a way. And obviously, we sitting here, we have no idea
Right.
what goes into all that, obviously. But it's just so hard to think like there really wasn't a way to finish this off. Like
Yeah.
to just finish that, you know what I mean, and then just bow out of it and be done. I don't know.
How many other series do they have going that aren't done? Like I know because they had Batman too.
Well,
It's
I
like,
guess,
how far
yeah.
into that were they?
Yeah, I mean, I think there were 2 seasons of Batman. So then I guess they probably, I don't know if Telltale really had a roadmap other than the Minecraft game finishing this, and then they had the Stranger Things game that was going to come out, and that was going to be on their new engine, right? Because Telltale had this whole thing like Walking Dead final season is going to be the last thing released on this engine. We're going to go away for a little bit. We're going to come back with a new engine because this one's feeling a little bit dated, and we're going to have presumably more new games. So yeah, I guess maybe there wasn't a whole lot like on the roadmap that's now getting canned. You know what I mean? Like obviously this is big enough, right?
Yeah.
But I guess there wasn't a whole lot else out there.
I feel like eventually games like this will start being made again, though, because there's definitely an audience for it.
Well, yeah. Well, because that's what I was gonna say. So
it's just weird. That
and this does suck, and we definitely don't want to gloss over the fact that like a lot of people are losing their jobs for this too, right? So and that really, really sucks because Telltale wasn't like a tiny studio. I think the last thing I read was something. What is on here? I think it was around 250 people.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Completely just.
Yeah.
I mean, out of nowhere. It wasn't like it wasn't like they knew this whole time, and then it was like literally Friday. It was like that we're closing down. You're out of a job, which is awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. It is like these games will like obviously not from Telltale, but like I'm thinking of games like Detroit, right? Like that feel like Telltale games, but almost a little bit above. In the sense that and I'm just saying they had the more resources, they had a different, a more current engine and stuff, and so like, because I really enjoyed Detroit, I've enjoyed Telltale games too, but yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? Like, Telltale obviously kind of pioneered this type of like story-driven game, like all of these different ones that they've made. Like, do you think other studios borrow from that? Like they already kind of have, but what really goes on now? Like, do we see a decline in these, or more of them going to pop up? More licensed games?
I think this happening, I feel like more people are going to check out their like old games that they haven't played.
Right. Oh, for sure, because they're getting, again, like the publicity at this point in the sense of like reviving the company isn't there, but it is like people are obviously going to be like, oh, especially when they hear a bunch of news of like, wow, this was supposedly like a really good studio. They had a bunch of games, like you're saying, yeah, they're going to go check them out.
That's the thing. I feel like there's enough people that enjoy those type of games to where any other company or whatever might want to take over and kind of take advantage of that and start making those type of games.
Well, yeah, that's the biggest thing, right? Because even though we're talking about games like Detroit and stuff that function like Telltale games, there was no other company that was like licensing properties like Telltale was, like making a Guardians of the Galaxy game, making a Batman game. So like, is there going to be a company that comes in now and it's like, well, we saw that Telltale could have some success with it. Maybe we're going to run it a little bit better.
I mean,
I'm curious.
I think it'd be the smart thing to do. I mean, once again, there are enough people that play these games and enjoy them that I think.
Yeah, and because that's the thing, like, as big of a story as this is, I feel like nobody, at least sitting here, is probably versed enough to speak on, like, I mean, how many Telltale games has anybody here finished?
Right.
I mean, I've started a good bit of them. Yeah. Like, I played through the Game of Thrones game. I think I played the first 3 episodes. The Batman game, I played the first 2.
I played that too.
Played a little bit of The Walking Dead. And yeah, it is like some of those, like, I would love to go play it. Like, there's a Back to the Future game. I'd love to play that. I'd love to play Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, there's a Borderlands game. There is a Minecraft game already, and then there'll be the one on Netflix. It's just like, there's a lot of stuff
weird.
out there.
And I know a lot of people really love Telltale, so it's just, I don't know.
It is weird. I'm sure in the weeks to come, there's going to be more that comes out about this as far as like the specific reasons for it and just more news. But obviously, we just hope everybody lands on their feet and. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't played these games, it's a good chance to just kind of check it out. It's probably just a kind of piece of history at this point, I guess, right?
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
That's a good way to put it.
It's crazy how often studios like this will close. Like the Capcom studio that did all the Dead Rising games, they
just closed
a couple weeks ago too. Yeah,
which is just crazy because it just always seems like it comes out of left field.
Nowhere.
It does, and it was the same thing when the company that did BioShock when they closed too. It's just like, all right, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, we're gonna miss you, Telltale, though. We'll go back and play some of these games, and
yeah, I'm gonna play the Batman ones for sure.
The Batman game was really good. At least from what I played of it,
free.
Yeah.
So
I've got that, and I've got the Game of Thrones game just kind of sitting in my library for a rainy day. It's raining today. I don't think I'm gonna play it today though. Still got to beat Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I'm so close.
Same here.
95%. Let's get that platinum. All right, so there's one other video game story that we just have to talk about because we knew that this was going to happen.
What did I say last week that it was never going to happen?
Did you say that last week?
I'm pretty sure I did, and you were like, you mean to tell me you think it'll never happen?
I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
If you're confused, what we're talking about is the fact that Sony has finally caved with their Fortnite ridiculous stance and has said, we're going to give you a beta. We're going to try it out. Yeah. But there's no, I mean, it is what it is. It is not completely there yet, but there's no, like, that's just their stepping stone, right? That's their way of saying like, we got to make sure it works, just like we've said all along.
There's
It's like,
more than
it's
that
gonna
too.
work.
Did you see the rest of the stuff they announced?
I don't think I did.
You want to read real quick?
Yeah, go for
So
it.
they tweeted this at 11:57.
Nice.
IGN's talking now.
They tweeted this at 11:57 a.m. today, Fortnite. They said, for players who created an extra account to play Fortnite on multiple console platforms, we're working on two things.
To merge the accounts.
Yeah,
I
number
did read
one,
that.
an account merging feature to combine Battle Royale
that's
purchases
awesome.
coming in November. And number two, enabling unlinking a console from one Fortnite account and relinking to another Fortnite account coming in a few days.
So what'll be the point of that though? If everything's working together, what does it matter if it's a link? Like, the big problem right now is that if it's linked
Maybe
to
for now until it's not.
until it's official.
So you could like have one account on both. Maybe you can unlink it. And,
Okay.
like if you wanted to move from Switch to PS4 for now until it's up, maybe.
But the beta is up today, right? Isn't it?
No, I don't think.
I don't know.
No.
Oh, I thought they said it was going in effect. Let me see.
I think this weekend maybe, from what I read.
Oh, maybe so.
I don't know.
Maybe so.
But that's cool though. If you have two separate accounts, that you can merge your Battle Pass stuff like in November.
Right. Let me
That
see.
is-
I got the IGN article up. I'm just reading a little bit of it. After months of backlash, Sony is finally allowing PlayStation 4 Fortnite players to play online with other platforms. Announced on the PlayStation blog, John Codera, president of global CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, said that following a comprehensive evaluation process, SIE has identified a path forward supporting cross-platform features for select third-party content. The first step will be an open beta beginning today for Fortnite that will allow cross-platform play, gameplay progression, and commerce across PlayStation 4, Android, iOS, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and Mac. I love how they put gameplay progression and commerce. Commerce being the big thing that Sony was so worried about throughout all of this. It's like, okay, yeah, people are going to buy our shit on other things. We're not getting any money. But okay, so yeah, it looks like the beta goes into effect today. I haven't tried it yet because I haven't been home to grab my Switch, but I'm so excited because I haven't played Fortnite in like 2 months. I just didn't care. It like burned out for me. I was just like, whatever. I think we all kind of stopped
Oh
playing.
yeah, absolutely.
I stopped playing about a month ago.
Yeah, never finished those challenges, man. What was the skin? What would we have gotten?
Oh, I don't know. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember what it looks like now. It's been a while.
But I think the thing for me was like I was always bummed out when it came out for the Switch that I couldn't just like lay in my bed and just have all my shit on my Switch and play. Because like I played a few games on my Switch, but it was like a different account, and it was like I didn't have any of like my skins, or I didn't have any of my progression, anything like that. And that's what I cared about more than even just like sitting on my Switch and playing it with like my friends on PC. I didn't really care about that. I just cared about like having my account. So I think this is really cool. I think it'll be one of those things now where like I literally can just be sitting on the couch when like some of y'all come over or anything, and I can just play around a Fortnite and just be like, okay, it's a lot easier for me than like sitting down at my computer committing to like just playing. Right. Which sounds like such a bad problem to have, right? But like it's just gonna be easier. It's what it should have been from the beginning. Sony, I want to give you credit, but at the same time, E3 was back in June, and it is October, or it is almost October now. And that took a long time, man.
Yeah,
it took a
hell of
very
a
long
long
time
time.
for you to smarten up. A lot of people waited a long time. You probably lost a lot of people by now, but there are people like
Well, that's probably why
like
they're
us
doing this now.
that will.
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Just
Oh,
there's
definitely.
so much backlash. They're
Right.
finally like, shit. Here you go.
I mean,
Here's
it was
something at least.
It was the backlash combined with just the bad responses from their PR team every
Right.
time they were asked, because it was like just like, what are y'all doing, and they would just dodge the question, or they'd be like, it was very little of like an actual game plan. Like they never came out and said like, we have teams trying to figure this out right now, expect something soon. It was just always like, we're trying to make the best experience for PlayStation players by keeping it separate. And it was like, well, nobody cares. That doesn't make any sense. What's Xbox doing then? Why did they let it? So, Tyler, you were wrong. You're big fat wrong-o.
I guess it's not that I thought it would never happen. I didn't think it would be as soon. Like I thought it would be longer than this. It was just weird that this just comes out on like a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
Out of left field.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'm just glad. I'm very, very glad that we're finally.
I think I'm kind of
finally
just
at that
past
point.
the point of really caring about Fortnite.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what they did
you
for
know?
waiting so long. Like
Right.
they took forever to do this, so it made people lose interest, and now people don't really care them. I mean, I'm sure there are people who still are like super into the game, obviously, but it's just people
wait.
like y'all who are
Yeah.
what?
No, I was just gonna say, y'all heard about that older guy that got arrested
No.
He was playing Fortnite in New York, and he was playing with an 11-year-old. The 11-year-old beat him, and he threatened that he was going to shoot him in the head.
Jesus.
And he got arrested.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
All right, don't
Well-
do that.
You take it seriously.
All right.
Don't take your Fortnite too seriously.
Yeah. Especially when
Um,
you're like over 30.
Reminds me when I was in Dibs once, a gaming cafe around here, and like people were just playing probably Call of Duty, and like somebody killed somebody, and this dude literally just stood up and like slammed the fucking keyboard
Holy
into the ground
shit.
and just started like cursing them out, and then
Oh
just
my
ran
God.
out. And I was like, dude, like you died once.
He ran
The
out?
game is still going on. I almost like straight up had a heart attack because the Audacity thing's not scrolling, and I thought that it wasn't recording any of this. But it's just acting weird. It is recording it.
Okay, cool.
So we're good. But yeah, Fortnite Crossplay is out there now. Finally, it's a beta, but go check it out. If this was something you were waiting for, you can play it on your Switch now. You can play it with your PlayStation 4 friends, and
Yeah, your buddies sit on the couch,
yeah, everybody's
have a
together
brewski,
now.
you know. Unless you're underage, don't do that.
Or still
but
do
like, okay, yeah, I don't
No,
know.
I'm just kidding.
No, we don't support any. Anyway, moving on. On to the television news. You want to go ahead, Tyler?
Yeah, so this is like a weird little story just about George R.R. Martin, the writer of Game of Thrones. So earlier this week with the Hollywood Reporter, he told them that if they would have actually kept going and done all the details that he has in his books word for word, that like there could have been 13 seasons of Game of Thrones.
13.
Yeah.
Instead, we're getting 8.
Which that's him, just talking on his ass
is.
partly too. But it's also, he said, so the book that he's working on now is The Winds of Winter. He still has 2 more books left, and
Of course he does.
this is one of them.
You think the 13 seasons includes like 2 or 3 seasons of just nothing? While he's like,
Of like walking.
Who knows? But he said that he wished he would have finished that book 4 years ago.
I bet you do, man. I bet you wish you finished your fucking book before like the corporate conglomerates came in and made their own show about your stuff, and
Yeah.
they get to end it now instead of you. Sorry,
He
go.
also said that so he doesn't really visit the HBO set anymore because he says going to it is a lot of fun, but there's not much for him to do there, and it's better for him to just stay home because he still has 2 books to write.
and watch football. Did you ever read that?
No.
Where he said like, I really do want to keep writing The Winds of Winter, but during football season I can't get anything done.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I just don't get this dude. I'm not like talking shit because he's obviously an amazing writer.
For sure. He created one of like the most beloved series that's like out there right now.
But it's just crazy that like, I don't know, it's just crazy that the show's going to finish before he even gets close to finishing the books, and it'll be so long before.
Yeah,
it's
well,
gonna be so like, I mean, if he's
Who
still
knows if he
committed
even-
to 2 more books, and the writing process for this one's been what, like 5 or 6 years?
Longer than that. I'm
Longer
pretty
than that.
sure,
Like
yeah.
so it's just crazy to me that like I understand the regret. But God, I mean, what were you doing this whole time?
Well, there's a
Watching
lot of
football.
just
Yeah.
conversations of like, maybe he doesn't care as much anymore because he's probably made so much money from the TV show.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, and that's the thing.
not like he needs to finish them.
Right, so there's probably a mixture of what, like procrastination and just laziness in there too, and like we're all human, so we get that. But I guess once that happens, you do just give up the fact that like, okay, I'm not gonna be the one writing the final like sentence of my story. It's gonna be
Right.
somebody else putting it on a script, and it's gonna be for people to see. It's different. It's like if that's what you're okay with, it's almost like selling your you know what I mean? Like letting somebody else do it. Like George Lucas with Star Wars, just like, okay, it's in somebody else's hands now. I don't know.
Yeah, the last book he did was in 2011.
Dang, jeez,
7 years.
Yeah.
God.
He's on The Winds
It's a
of
lot of
Winter now,
football.
and then he has a Dream of Spring.
Because I'm sorry, I respect the football thing, because I can't get anything done during football season either. But like, come on, we all complain that football season isn't long enough.
Well,
So what
also,
do you do the rest of the year?
if you think about it this way, the very first book, A Game of Thrones, came out in '96.
Which is crazy.
Holy
So
For some reason, I thought it
No,
came
no.
out like even before that. Like I knew it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like this is a very long, ongoing series. What was like the average time between books? Do you have it on there?
96, then 98, then 2000, then 2005, to 2011, and then now.
So we saw a pattern grow.
So I guess
It
you
was
started getting
5
more
years,
interested in
6 years, and
football.
now it's in
So
7
when
years.
if this one like optimistically comes out in 2020, then what is it? It's 2030.
Maybe 9 years apart.
I hope you're still kicking by then.
Well, that's the other thing too. It's
How
like
old is he?
He's old. He is 70 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
Is he at least in good health? Does he go to the gym?
14 years for 2 books.
Have you seen him?
Oh,
Oh, I've seen you, George.
Oh, we've
That
seen
doesn't sound
you.
weird.
Yeah.
Stop eating those Twinkies, George.
You think he's that good? That or back to the hot Cheetos.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
I'm sure he eats both.
He's got a hard enough time finishing the book now. If his
Jesus,
stomach
I
rips
know.
open, what's he gonna do?
But yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting. 13 seasons of Game of Thrones. That would have been cool.
It would have been cool, but at the same time,
As long as it is,
it
as
would
long
have
as it,
been a lot.
yeah, as long as it
Whole
ends
hell of a
really,
lot.
really good, I'll be happy with
Yeah,
what
that's
we
how
got.
I feel about it.
So like 8 seasons for a show is already like a good bit.
Yeah.
For some reason with Game of Thrones, I still feel like it's leaving early. You know what I mean? Like just knowing this is the
Yeah,
last season and
I
there's
do
only
too.
Well,
gonna,
there's so many parts of this
there's
story,
only gonna be what
too.
6 episodes in this one or 7?
I think it's 7.
7.
But like just knowing it's not even a full season, it just like it feels like it's like wow, this is gonna be
Yeah,
gone.
but some of them are probably going to be an hour.
Yeah,
and a half
they'll be
I'm
long.
Sure.
They'll be
Yeah,
long
it's gonna be like
episodes.
mini
But
movies.
it's just like I feel like this show could have 3 seasons left in it easy. But I'm not the one writing it. I don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
So and obviously with the way last season ended, they're gearing towards an end. So again, I'm not saying that like they're
I
doing
definitely
it wrong.
think they could have at least done 2
I'm just
more.
saying like in me, like the consumer in me is like I could go for a lot more of this. You know, I kind of wish, but
And the fact that they made the next season short. Like, I get that the episodes are going to be longer, but still, I mean,
it's got to have
if
to do
anything-
with the budget and everything, man. I mean, like the show has
and the
reached this
actors
point
are all
where
doing other stuff,
yeah,
too, so.
where it's like it's reached the point though where like the set pieces and everything for Game of Thrones is like how did you make that? You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like I'm sure every episode costs a fucking fortune to make, a shit ton of time just writing it and then just actually shooting it. It's just like. It's like I get it. If they were like, we can tell this story in 7 episodes, like,
Yeah,
do it.
that's true. Okay, well, that's it for TV, I'm assuming? All right, cool. We're going to move on to movies, which I know everybody's seen this because I feel like I've seen it everywhere. But they released a teaser for Joker with Joaquin, and they showed him in his clown makeup
Yes.
for the first time.
Why so serious?
No,
Can I just say,
go?
like my little miniature rant real quick?
Yeah, go.
Why, as an educated society, why do we feel the need to compare Heath Ledger's Joker to a
Joaquin.
shot of Joaquin Phoenix, like a character Joker, whatever, that we're not going to see for another fucking year? Why?
And we also know nothing about the story.
Why is IGN posting polls like,
Well,
which
you-
Joker do you like?
Yeah,
Like,
and they
what-
throw
well,
Jared
that-
Leto's Joker in there, too.
That doesn't make any sense. I think the thing is with the
I understand if you're going to compare in the sense like it kind of looks like it.
well, Todd Phillips is going for the how Heath Ledger has the mask on in the beginning of
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind
He's
of
doing
looks
the same
like
thing.
that.
It does,
yeah,
and even when he
but
doesn't have even when it's not that, just like the longer
hair
hair,
and everything.
the
like-
paint.
I do think that's the only way
suit.
for it to make it really work, though.
Yeah, the
so.
suit for sure looks. It's almost just like a slightly different color. suit.
It's the same suit but in different color. That's pretty much what it is.
So do y'all think that like this is what this Joker's gonna actually look like though? Like something about this strikes me as like
No.
he's not even the Joker in this shot.
I don't think
like,
so.
I think because there's other clowns behind him
I personally think this is just like a part of some part of the plot with him
where he just has to be
being
dressed like a clown.
Yeah, like I don't
That's
think this
what
is
I
going to be
get out of
the
it.
The more interesting
ending
part
makeup.
of this is how they're already kind of marketing and showing a good bit of stuff for it
Yeah.
to get people excited for it.
Right, because
And,
this
the
movie
movie's
just
far
started
off.
shooting.
And yeah,
It it's
just-
almost
so it's-
weird.
it
like,
is weird.
Like it doesn't seem that long ago that it got announced.
Yeah.
like it seems like a few months
It
ago we
didn't.
were
It
talking
was-
about rumors like
It was a
whoa,
few months
Joaquin
ago.
Phoenix like Joker.
It's
That's kind of
confirmed.
crazy. So, but yeah, that's like the vibe I'm getting out of it is like this isn't necessarily his Joker yet. Like this is what they show us, obviously,
Right.
because it makes sense. But like, why are there clowns in the background? Why does he like look straight up like a clown? Like even though
Right,
the Joker's
'cause-
a clown, but it's like the blue on it and
Yeah.
like the perfect everything. It's just like I don't know.
the movie has to all be about like his slow turn and like him going
Right.
back and forth with it.
And that's
It's
what
gotta
they
be.
pretty much show like in the teaser if you watched it they like flash different clowns faces on him
Yeah.
with and it's just
thought that was
like
really
Joaquin's
cool.
face. It's not like
Yeah.
actual Joker yet. And then at the very end that's when they show the makeup and I loved the teaser in the beginning and then when they showed the makeup at first I was just like, man,
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. But
I agree with
I
you.
watched it a couple more times and then I was like, okay,
I
actually
really,
I kind of like it.
I really
but
liked how he smiles.
Oh god.
yeah, he looks
after he
creepy as
smiles,
hell.
His face just is straight, and
The-
he has
Oh,
like
yeah.
the little eyebrow like raised.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say
Like,
like
that creeped me out.
I mean,
without
he's gonna be
without any
amazing as a
words or
Joker.
any
Love it.
context or anything like that scene, like whatever they're showing us right there, just looks so fucking
Like, the whole
cool.
vibe.
He already
Dude.
did better acting in that than like most of the acting in Suicide Squad. So like, I just feel like he's going to be amazing no matter what, in my opinion. I just think he's going to be great as the Joker.
Right. I mean,
but no one even knows what the story is yet. Though I think they came out
It's still
and
my
announced,
biggest fear.
That's why it's so hard for me to be excited for it.
Well,
Well,
right,
they came
because
out-
the way I still see this, and this is really just going off of what they had said originally, and me just sticking to that. Like, I think they're trying to show us this to get us hyped because the movie's called The Joker, and they're showing us what looks like the Joker, but they started this whole thing saying this is his origins,
Right.
which seems like 99 or 95% of this movie is like him as just a person down on his luck, where we're seeing everything that motivates him to become the Joker, and then we get like a shot, or if we're lucky, a longer scene at the end where he is the
glimpse
Joker.
of him as the
But like
Joker.
that's why it's like, if this is just him for whatever reason having to be dressed as a clown, and the rest of this movie is about Joe whatever just being him and having his descent, it's like it's not gonna even really be
Well,
like
I mean,
the
you
Joker.
see the Joker
It's not
in
all I
action.
wanted.
You see the Joker in action because we did see him on the train. Well, as he's like walking out the train or whatever.
But that's what I'm saying.
is
Like,
he-
that's not. I feel like
What?
there's no way they're gonna have that many. Like, they're already showing so many
It's probably-
scenes
yeah.
of him as the Joker. Like, there's no way.
I just
that
don't get it because
he's the Joker.
based
in
off
that.
what
one
they're
scene, though,
saying.
right?
They have him in that, and then there's like another scene of him walking in an alleyway. I think
That's why,
but-
because isn't he's like pulling like the nose off of a clown.
Well,
No, he's not. He's not in makeup for that.
Right.
Though.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it seemed like there's just some plot point where
With
everybody's dressed
clowns,
as a clown,
yeah,
and at
like-
some point he has to dress as a clown too.
That's what it-
like
'cause
him
they
on the
keep showing
subway
it.
and him doing all this stuff. Like, I don't take that as like the Joker's walking around Gotham. You know what I mean? Like, I think
Yeah.
it's just like for some reason he's dressed as a clown right now.
'Cause
No. I mean, he was up to something because everybody's running and screaming, and he's just like walking, like he just something just happened. He's taking off the mask,
Right.
and kind of just walks in.
Yeah.
I feel like this is
That's
when
why I don't know.
He's like dressed as a clown, so this is what's giving him the idea. Like, he's slowly going mad or whatever happens with his story, and then at the very end he's gonna be like, you know what, this whole clown thing really worked out, and then he's just
Let me
like,
just be
Yeah,
a.
let me
we'll
just
see.
like paint my face, and he does it with like blood or
That's
something.
my-
I don't know. I feel like that's
I
what
hope
it's gonna
I'm
end up
wrong, but if
doing.
they're correct in saying like this is about his origins, then it would make sense to like he'll be the Joker at the end of it, and I don't
Yeah.
see them giving us a shot of
But
the end of the movie right now.
The thing is, like, I think that's such a cool idea. If to follow this movie, there's a Batman movie too.
Yeah, but if it's
Which
just
maybe there could
if
be,
it's
though.
that end credits and then done, what was the point, right?
Like, that's the thing.
that's why
it's
if-
like
if
I
this
I
was-
want a Batman Joker movie, and I
Me
feel like
too.
I'm just never gonna
But
get it.
if this was just a Joker story where the whole time he was the Joker, but it was telling a cool Joker story, then I could get more behind it. But I just don't get the sense in showing us the origins of a character that we may never see again.
Right. And then having nothing to build from
Maybe
it.
they've got a plan that we just don't know.
I
but
feel like they have to
I
at
don't
this
know.
point.
Joaquin Phoenix is that actor that I don't see him signing up for a universe.
I guess
like
so.
for some reason I just don't
This
buy
whole
that.
this whole thing is such a mindfuck to me.
I just don't buy that he's signing up for a universe. He thinks he's making a good movie here, and it could be a great movie. But like for the comic book fan, like what do we get out of it? What like what,
one single story. And that
yeah,
would
it's
be
like
it.
if we like the story, and then it's like, man, he'd be great, but there's no plans to throw him into anything. It just that really sucks. But I don't. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh yeah.
I
We'll
mean,
see.
I hope we get
conflicted.
some type of Batman story.
Hashtag conflicted.
I feel
man.
like, I guess I didn't even think about that though. Joaquin's not gonna. I can't see him continuing.
But who
to
knows?
do
I mean,
this.
that's how he's been. But he could change.
I hope he does. I
that
mean,
paycheck, man. It could be just too.
Oh, yeah.
Too. You know, when the eyes pop out of the
I'm
head.
interested to
it's
see
like-
how well this movie does when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like it's gonna do pretty well.
I agree.
If they're all, I think
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
that's why they're already like
If they-
showing stuff.
Yeah,
for
that's
it.
what I was gonna say. They keep marketing it this way.
Yeah.
They can.
Because they're not gonna. I don't know. I feel like they started marketing so early.
Dude,
they're
so
gonna
early,
keep.
yeah,
they
so-
want to keep it relevant.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they're smart, but who knows if they're smart? You know. Anyway, so I guess that's it for the lead stories. Anybody
Yep.
got anything to finish up with that? With Joaquin,
Uh,
give me a last statement.
Congrats, buddy,
Oh yeah, for sure.
on the clown. Looks real good.
Yeah, looks real funny. Okay, so we're gonna go into our new thing we're doing, which is rapid fire news. So we're just gonna. Yep, that's the sound effect too. Whenever we do it.
I'll
so-
do it every week.
Okay, you have to now.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I'm in.
So we're gonna start. We are gonna do the 25 seconds. I think is that what we're doing?
Tell you, whoever does movies has
Oh
has a
shit!
tough clock.
It's mainly just trailers.
That's true.
All right. Well, I think I have movies, so this is gonna be fun. But yeah, so there's more out there, right? So we have a lot to say about movies and TV and video games. So we're gonna do it in 25 seconds for
Let's
you.
do it.
Is anyone gonna time me, or should I just have like an internal clock?
No, your internal clock. I know you'll cheat. So
Okay, I definitely will. So, all right, just let me know when I'm ready. But this is going to be the rapid fire movies, and I'm probably going to feel really bad at this because I have a lot to
iPhone,
say.
give me a timer.
Shoot me a
doesn't work
timer.
like that, I guess. Timer. Search it. The fuck?
Man,
it's under clock.
Wow.
I knew that.
Clean
All
your
right.
clock, no? What does that mean?
Stopwatch.
I don't know.
Are you ready?
Okay.
You ready?
Anyway, yeah. Wait, hold on. I gotta breathe
Okay.
for a second.
You got this.
Because last time I failed so bad at this.
Oh.
Okay. I'm ready.
Go.
Okay, Bond 25 gets a director. It's Cary Fukunaga, and it's really awesome. Bumblebee official trailer came out, or trailer number 2, and that was really awesome. They're rebooting Child's Play. I don't really care about that because I don't like Chucky. But I like Chucky from Rugrats, obviously. Not
What the
anyway.
fuck?
Fantastic Beasts trailer looks really cool. Like it better than the first one. Also like it better than the first film already. I know. Disney says Kevin Feige will oversee all X-Men, so that's freaking cool.
25.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, sir.
Good job. Good try.
I got
Good try.
halfway
I guess
through.
there's no Wreck-It Ralph trailer. I thought I saw that, but
I just saw-
guess it was in my
I
dreams.
the next thing I saw you type you're gonna fail.
Oh god.
I guess
Man,
Kingsman
you did.
3 isn't ever coming out.
Oh my god, is that a
Okay,
thing?
but this
Creed 2
Oh,
canceled.
Whoa. Calm down.
you heard it here first.
No.
I'm kidding, you didn't. But yeah, there was a Creed 2 trailer and it's really awesome.
Should we talk about any of these? Because I want to talk
The
about at
X-Men
least
thing
one.
is a big
It's,
deal.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And then also, I didn't get to say that it's second part, but they're slowing down on Star Wars, which I think a lot of people kind of assumed that was going to happen
Yeah,
anyway.
well, they kind of said that, right? Well,
Yeah,
they said they're focusing
they
on 9, and then it's like we
Yeah.
don't know what's gonna happen.
So I feel like we're not going to be getting many announcements about that.
Just
but
interesting because I feel like there's been no talk about Ryan Johnson's trilogy like since they announced it.
Ryan Johnson's doing another movie right now.
Oh, really?
What is it?
He posted on Twitter the other day. There was an article about it. We did not talk about it though.
Fuck us, man.
Sorry if you come here for
while
news.
Tyler's looking that up, which one of these? Oh, the Bumblebee trailer. That's what I wanted to
Oh.
talk about because that shit looks so good.
It looks so cool. What they're doing with all the Transformers in that movie seems like they're doing it better than the actual Transformers movie.
Well, yeah, because they're going with like the retro, like
love
the
it.
original kind of style of them, right? Like just
Yeah.
the way Optimus looks and the way like kind of the way Bumblebee looks, and the movie just seems good. Like for some reason, I was thinking like the scale of it was going to be slightly scaled back just from the first trailer, and I really liked that. This trailer definitely showed more of like just fucking like machine crazy shit, like more like the Transformers movies.
But they all look good.
They all look good, and if the story is, if there's heart in the story, then we do want like a sense of this to be still Transformers. So, like I feel like the crazy action will fit in, and it'll make it'll if it's better, then it'll work. So,
Plus, we saw more John Cena.
Wait, he's in it?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Serious?
Are you
yeah,
kidding?
he's fucking in
I
it.
haven't
He's
seen
an
it.
army.
yeah,
he's
he's
an
in
army
it.
guy.
Oh, wow.
He's like probably gonna be.
You know
John
who else
Cena.
is in it? Fucking my dude Justin Theroux is in it,
Is
but
he?
he's a voice.
He's a
actor.
voice of one of the Transformers.
really?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a voice of like, one of the Transformers that's like married.
I'm
or
pretty
something.
sure
He's,
we,
the
like,
man,
guessed-
and then there's other.
Well, we
another
guessed which one, and then we were wrong.
Well, yeah, there's
Because
like
it was like a red and a blue
one,
one, and we were like, oh, it's the red, and then it ended up being the blue or something like that.
So, by the by, the Ryan Johnson movie, it's a murder mystery called Knives Out. He is producing and directing his own script, and it stars Daniel Craig.
Dang.
Dang.
That sounds
Daniel. Oh, man, I did not
Daniel.
do that on purpose.
So I'm assuming if
Heyo.
they actually do the Ryan Johnson Star Wars trilogy, I'm sure it would be like far after.
Which
Like
is-
this, he's
yeah.
probably just doing
Which
this
makes
in the
sense,
meantime.
right? I mean,
he
I
probably
guess
already had this plan.
There's so much Star Wars content on the docket, so like, yeah, I mean, when it first broke all that stuff, we were like, man, this seems like a lot. So if that's just like them saying like, whoa, this is gonna happen in like the next like five years, let's say 5 or 10 years, who knows?
Yeah.
That 10 years seems like a lot, so let's say 5.
Also,
I don't want to wait 10 years.
real quick, I also wanted to say how like it's really cool that they got Cary Fukunaga to do Bond 25.
Oh, for
I think
sure.
that's awesome. I know
Yeah.
that was announced like earlier last week.
Yeah, but like, there was the whole like director hunt thing, like who's gonna do it,
and
I don't-
they
I
got
don't
him,
think-
and I think that's amazing.
I don't think he was on many people's radars. You know what I mean? Like there was so much talk of like, I don't even know who were like the lead runners. Like people kept throwing Christopher Nolan's name in there just because he had said before he wanted to do it, and like I was like that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just like I don't know, really like I feel like that's just like so out of left
think it's
field
a-
in like the best way. It's
I
like
think it's
yeah,
gonna be great.
I want to see like what this version of James Bond's gonna be. And this is gonna be Daniel Craig's last, right?
Yeah.
So-
Well, yeah, because he's moving on to Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. Well.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I think this is his last one, and then everybody's like, "Oh, Henry Cavill." So, which
Come on in,
we
Henry.
can't even get started on that because we don't know. So yeah, that was rapid fire movies, and I don't know why I got the movies again this week because I'm obviously really bad at doing that because I
There's
have
always
so much I always want to say after each
There
one,
was
and
just a
I
shit
can't.
ton of movies.
So yeah. Anyway, did we say something about Ralph Breaks the Internet?
Yeah, I just said the trailer
Okay,
came
cool.
out. It's really
All
funny.
right. Well, the trailer
They show
coming out.
Gal Gadot's character in it.
Oh yeah, I kept seeing that. So anyway, we're gonna move on to rapid fire TV. Is this you?
Sure.
You? All right.
Ready?
You got that? Time?
Yeah.
Go.
Jordan Peele Twilight Zone reboot gets a teaser. It was really cool. Karen Fukunaga's Maniac is out on Netflix and it's doing very, very well.
Dang.
And Daredevil season 3 drops October 19th, and there was a new teaser.
Dang,
Oh.
10 seconds. Fucking
Okay, he had
killed
3
it.
things.
No.
I had like
No,
7.
that, Bailey,
All right,
you need to
I
be
know.
tutored.
I know. I need to practice. I'm gonna like time myself in a corner of my room until I like get it.
Tyler
right.
had just as hard of a job. You know how hard it is to say some of these words?
But okay, so we're gonna need to talk about. I want to talk about Jordan Peele because I don't know if
What do
y'all
you-
watched.
What do you think of that?
Okay. I don't know how I feel about the actual reboot of Twilight Zone because I love Twilight Zone and I don't think you should fix something that isn't broke, you know, that whole saying and everything. But when I watched the teaser that they did for it, I got really hype.
I actually haven't watched the teaser. Is it in black and white?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
it's like
Hell yeah.
I don't know. It's just it seems like it's gonna be cool, but it's also what is it on NBC? I think
Not totally sure. I'll vet that.
it's
though. Hold
just being on that. I just feel like it's not like if this was like HBO or Netflix
Oh,
or
yeah.
something. I feel like I'd be more comfortable with
CBS,
it.
and it's not even. I don't think going to come on.
Yeah, it's CBS All Access,
right,
isn't it? Okay,
yeah, which
so,
may be better. I mean, those network TV shows.
well,
are
that's
only the
another
bad
thing too.
ones,
I'm gonna
so.
have to get CBS All Access to watch it, so I'm
Nah,
gonna have to
they're-
do the free trial thing just to check it
There are
out,
ways.
and
We'll-
then
we'll-
I'll
we'll
cancel
talk
it.
off
There
there.
are- there are
We'll
ways.
talk off there.
But anyway, so yeah, but I mean, I was really excited when I saw the teaser, but I still have no idea how I feel about this because I still like regular Twilight Zone, and I wasn't that huge of a fan of Black Mirror, which I know is weird, but it just didn't speak to me as well. So, but yeah, that and then Daredevil.
Oh,
All the
coming out
teasers-
way sooner than I thought.
All
Yeah.
the teasers that have been coming out with this
looks
have
so
been
fucking
it's
good.
it's blows my mind that they put so much effort into the Daredevil teasers and the trailers for that, and then you look at like Jessica Jones's
Oh,
like
God.
trailer and it's awful.
Can't even compare them.
And it's like,
Daredevil just
how-
looks like a different,
It
a
does.
different universe.
Like you can't
a
even
different
put it
league.
in the same category
Yeah.
as
Well,
the
that's what I
other
was gonna
Marvel
say.
TV shows. Like
I hope that like this season doesn't even reference the other shit because I want to watch this and I'm not caught up.
I
at
feel
all.
like
Oh, you mean like the Defenders and stuff?
Yeah,
it shouldn't.
I
I'm
feel
so,
like
I'm,
it's-
just so I'm just so tired of it because like the direction they were going in Defenders was just bad.
I think
No,
they
I think it will because the way it ended.
they might have to touch on it
yeah.
the way.
The
it
way-
ended.
but I
yeah,
don't
when
think
it
they're going to
begins.
revolve a
But
lot
I
of the
think
story.
Yeah.
hopefully it goes off on his own story, and I think that it will in this because so many people have expressed that they did not like
Right.
the Defenders or
I don't think
most of those
anybody
other
did,
shows.
honestly.
Well,
So-
and then they came out. We talked about this last week. I'm pretty sure that they're not even doing like the Defenders are done. They're not doing
Wait,
any more
really?
seasons.
Oh yeah, they're not doing anymore.
Lord.
So, and that's the thing. I mean, it with how well Daredevil does compared to the other shows, it's
seriously,
just
yeah.
and then like the effort again, like they put so much more effort just in
Yeah.
the teasers of this
Oh,
than
yeah.
like the actual trailers of the other shows. I mean, and what was it? Didn't Iron Fist just come out?
Yeah.
And like nobody
Well, I
really
thought-
cared about it too
I
much.
don't know about that.
I mean,
got- it
maybe
did better.
I know
It
it
did.
did better.
It got better
which, I mean,
reviews.
maybe I should give it a chance. But at this point, all I really care about is Daredevil.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Same
I
here.
even used to love Jessica Jones, and I didn't even watch the newest
Jessica
season
Jones
of it.
was like, I don't know.
I liked the first season a lot, but anyway, I'm just really excited for
Yeah,
it, and
no,
it's coming out in
absolutely.
October, and I think that's perfect
Fuck
timing.
yeah.
So I'm really
Fuck
excited.
Yep.
That's all I have to say about TV, though.
Quick thing about TV. I have a confession to make.
You finished something?
I started
Dang.
something.
Called you out. Sorry.
No, I.
What'd you finish?
Not finished. I
Oh,
started
what'd you
something.
start?
Why are you
Um,
taking so long?
I'm on season 2 of The Office.
Oh,
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
All right, rapid fire
Okay.
videos.
You're sick.
Wow.
We've all been there, so we can't judge you.
I
but-
can't. I've done it like 9 times. So, all right, but yeah,
God.
we're moving on to rapid fire video games. So
Okay.
go.
Does somebody have a clock?
Oh wait, I don't. Here, let me pull it.
I
up.
can time myself. I won't cheat.
Do we trust you?
You should.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, you'll probably. be
Am I
fine.
ready, Matt? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay. We already talked about that. New Death Stranding trailer looks really fucking creepy. Looks really fucking awesome. Red Dead Redemption 2 will have a first-person mode. Online launches in November. Right after it. The install file for Red Dead will also be 105 gigs. That's fucking huge.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Jeez, we'll get on that. And then through the Make-A-Wish campaign or whatever, Nintendo allowed a terminally ill cancer patient to play Smash Ultimate. I thought that was a really, really
that's
cool,
awesome.
story. And
Greatest
25, damn.
Perfect.
You know, Tyler, you were fast, but I was perfect.
Yep.
So I'm like,
And
look
then
at that.
then it was me.
But yeah, I will say the Death Stranding trailer is incredibly
It's so weird.
weird, and it's exactly
It looks like that
what it
game's
should
gonna
be.
just like suck your soul out of you while you play.
Probably.
And I'm excited for it.
My favorite thing about everything surrounding Death Stranding is when somebody asked Kojima about it, like, semi-recently. I'm talking like months ago now, and he was just like, we're all already playing it. What the fuck does that mean?
I mean-
what does that mean that you're already playing it?
I don't know.
I just like, God, the game is, oh man, I can't wait.
He's an interesting individual.
I did think it was very like, what the fuck that Red Dead is gonna be 105 gigs.
I remember
I guess the game's gonna be massive.
GTA 5 was a big install too.
Yeah.
It wasn't that big, but,
but like big installs are like 60 gigs.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just gonna be massive. And then obviously just a little bit on that Nintendo story. Yeah, that's just a really cool thing for obviously somebody that isn't going to get the chance to play the game, and then just for Nintendo to be like, you know, here we've got a version of it that we can let you play now. And I thought that was like a really, really cool,
Yeah, I mean, that's
touching
awesome.
story. That it's just cool to see things like that. You know, like obviously just such a tough situation with anything like that, but
Yeah, anything to like make them happy.
yeah,
that really
for sure.
is
It's really
great.
cool how willing it seems like just anybody is when like something like that comes up through Make-A-Wish or any of those really great foundations.
Yeah,
Is that the
you
right
got
word?
it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Just
Hit
any,
the
you
nail
know,
on
just
the
how
head.
willing it is. Like it just seems like almost anything can happen if it's like something that comes up as like one of
Yeah.
those just like dreams or wishes. So really cool,
not-
really cool.
We're not too far away from Smash.
We're not.
About
December,
what,
my
10
friends.
weeks maybe?
Damn, it's gonna be here soon. We get do you get another direct soon?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, heard it here first before Nintendo even planned it. Yeah, that's the news.
So yeah, that's it for our rapid fire. So I guess we're gonna move on to listener mail and YouTube comments, which I don't think we have. Oh wait, I think we do have a YouTube comment from Nick on like one of our last.
No,
one of-
we're going to read something from Nick. You
All right.
can't-
Anyway, we have listener mail though, but if you have any suggestions, topics, or questions and you'd like us to answer on the show, please email us at missthebuspod@gmail.com and comment on our YouTube channel as well, because we will always reply. Anything.
if we were,
If it's funny, and I'll say a joke back, Matt will say a little joke back. You know?
dang
Just comment.
commitments.
I think it's fun when you comment back and forth with people you don't even like see. It's almost like a pen pal. Just be our pen pal. Send us some type of mail, you know?
Probably discouraging people.
But no, oh
I'm just
man, I'm
kidding.
trying my very
If
best.
we
but-
knew what we were doing, we would read these emails before and not just live, because Nick's would have gone so well with another story.
Oh really?
Yeah, should I just read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
From Nick Bustani, he emails in. He says, "Joaquin playing the Joker looked pretty epic. He's going to be the Walker."
Wow. Nick, you
Fuck
are-
that. The Walker.
You know what? It passes. He's got an obligation that counts.
I like
You live to
that.
see another day, my friend.
Yeah, you do.
Let me get through some more of these because we actually have a few for once.
oh yeah.
This is from Gabby. Who is y'all's favorite Kingdom Hearts boss? And then Tyler, this one's for you. Is it true your favorite Kingdom Hearts character is Kairi?
Is it true, Tyler?
I don't know the answer to the second one.
I think she knows that Kyrie is not my favorite character.
It's his second favorite, right?
My favorite two characters have always been Roxas and Riku.
Yeah.
Forever.
Damn.
Forever. I put Sora
Damn.
below them.
You don't like Sora. You think he's stupid.
No, I do like Sora. I think Sora gets too much hate.
Mine's Sora all the way, and that's so just like textbook, like whatever. But
I mean, I still
ever
love.
since I was a kid, Sora was just like when I would just like doodle and like draw and just like
Yeah.
imagine crazy stories in my head. Like
Me too.
Every character that I created was just a super knockoff of
Yeah.
Sora. So like he was just like, since I was a kid, just been like very like, I don't know.
I guess
it's weird to say inspirational, but
Yeah, I've always just loved the darkness of Riku's story and like the depressingness of Roxas' story. Like it's always just spoken to me the most. But I mean, I still love Sora, obviously, and he's the one that's connected to both of them.
right.
So.
Let's touch the other thing she said though. Who's y'all's favorite Kingdom Hearts boss?
I feel like the most iconic is when you fight like evil Riku in Kingdom Hearts 1 in front of the keyhole.
Right.
I feel like that's the most iconic. It's the one I always think about the most.
Not when you fight him on the stairs.
What, the first time? No. That is cool though, because that's when you get the Keyblade back.
It's also an easier fight.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
I didn't struggle with that one. I struggled with the other
The
one.
second one's the one like when you're a kid, everybody struggles with,
Yeah.
and like I actually helped a lot of my friends beat that fight because they couldn't do it when we
Right.
were younger.
For some reason, I always think of, and I'm gonna get the name wrong because when I'm thinking of the organizational members, I always fuck up their names. But is Zaldin? Is he the one that you fight on the bridge?
Yes,
Yes, I
that's the
fucking
other
nailed
fight.
it.
That's also very hard.
That is a very hard fight, but that's always the fight that goes to my mind.
You fight him on the bridge at Beast Castle, and if all your health gets depleted, you can play as Mickey.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you just can't lose.
I feel like the Cerberus fight in the first Kingdom Hearts 1, in Kingdom Hearts 1 is also pretty hype.
It is. It definitely is. I feel like that's one of like the first just like huge things you fight
Yeah,
in that game.
it
And
is.
and it's like not just like this crazy heartless thing. It's like an actual Disney character. So
And it's like you're fucking scared as hell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know. I could go on and on. I feel like we could do a whole separate episode of what we love about Kingdom Hearts boss fights.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
What time is it with this episode?
I have no clue. Honestly, I haven't been paying attention.
We're like right at the hour. We're getting a little bit long.
No, shoot. Sorry, we like to talk.
We do for some reason. Did we get any? Does anybody like us on
On
iTunes?
iTunes,
Did
I don't
anybody
think so.
say, like, hey, we'll
I checked
review you?
recently and I didn't see anything new. So
Oh well, the show's going nowhere, man.
it's going nowhere fast. I'm kidding. It's going pretty slow. So,
Yeah.
okay. So then that's it for iTunes and everything. I'm assuming. Okay,
Unless you
You
got
know
some
what?
other
I
trick
don't.
you're just gonna-
I could just make up something real quick and be like, yeah, everyone says we're great and gives us 5 stars. So
Yeah,
y'all
make up
should
our
do that
review.
anyway. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys because I don't want to do that. But anyway, so that's been episode 25 of the weekly show. If you like us, please again subscribe to us on everything that was mentioned in the beginning of the show and leave us comments and email us and I don't know, tell me how your day is because. Hopefully it's good. Ours was okay, I guess. But anyway, so I guess that's it. We'll see y'all later.
We're 25, baby. Take that quarter, put it in your
Hey.
pocket.
But
Save
I'm
for a
still
rainy day.
24.
It's like a gumball.
Yummy.